Trust 101. Could it be we do not trust some things that we should and do trust other things that we should not? Perhaps like trusting in the wisdom of life, the very living world of which we are mysteriously and inextricably entangled. Did we sell ourselves on a story? Did we sell ourselves on a story that humans are at the pinnacle of creation, separate from, and superior to Mother Earth? Dismissing the animistic beliefs of indigenous people as being inferior, naive, and pagan. That we simply assumed we were the rightful dominators on our planet, creating a God that conveniently placed humans above all other life. Might we have substituted short-term cleverness for long-term wisdom? Might we have substituted short-term cleverness for long-term wisdom? Could we have convinced ourselves we would never again need to ask the question, how much is enough? Perhaps we have traumatized each other so often and so deeply, then extrapolated something like human nature from studying our traumatized selves, that this has led us to believe human nature is nothing but a repository for competition, greed, violence, and selfishness. Maybe we have privileged our strategic minds. Maybe we have privileged our strategic minds so fully and so often over our intuitive hearts that we can no longer answer the question, why? Why? Even when our lives, souls, and Mother Earth herself are in peril. Yes, could it be we don't trust some things we should and do trust other things we should not? Well, that little piece came to me not too long ago, and I was thinking about this idea of trust and what we trust and why we trust. And it occurred to me almost a kind of a funny little thing when you think about it, because when we breathe, you take a big fresh breath. You can do that right now. And do you trust, and of course we do, trust that all of that oxygen and all of that complex, amazing happenings are going to occur as that breath comes into our bodies and the oxygen moves out into every place in our body, every organ. Do we trust, for example, that each of our organs, speaking of that, that all the myriad enzymes, all of that needs to happen is going to happen? The billions and billions of cells and, again, enzymes and all these interactions and the temperature of our body, all of these things that have to be just exactly right for us to continue to live, even survive, and certainly to thrive. Do we trust that? I mean, do we trust that we're going to remember how to grow our hair? Almost sounds funny. It is funny because in truth, all those things happen from our breath, from the incredibly mind-boggling complexity of the human body and all its systems interacting and working together. Of course, we have faith and we trust that each moment, that all of the things which must happen to keep us alive and thriving will happen. And so the amazing thing is that if you think about all of that, our body as being inextricably linked and embedded in the natural world. We are the natural world. And so one of the most hopeful things is I'm seeing that we are beginning, many of us are beginning to retrust. It's like we're reanimating the natural world. And we're beginning to realize that that is what we must trust. Human ingenuity, human cleverness is wonderful. And yet, there is a wisdom embedded in our bodies. There is a wisdom in the natural world that we are beginning to trust more and more. We're coming alive to that trust more and more. I see it. And my friends, and talking to my friends, I feel it occurring. So the question is, could it be we do not trust some things that we should and do trust other things that we should not? And my answer is we are beginning to feel our way, to use our amazing mental capacities, our strategic minds, but not have that overshadow our intuitive hearts. And so to bring that head and heart together, as I like to say, and this is what we're doing. And this is the way we're coming together with this incredible reverence for, respect for, and yes, learning again the wisdom of the natural world and which our body is part. And this is a very hopeful sign. Thank you so much for listening. And I really appreciate your listening ear. Of course, I always say refer this to others that think might appreciate this approach to storytelling and poetry and all that we talk about. That would be great. So again, until next time and next poem, please take good care of yourself. And if you can, take good care of someone else. And the last thing I want to say is don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote.